Yo, what is up, people? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about Brightburn, which just came out tonight, and I just got back home from seeing it, and I want to share a few thoughts about the film with you guys. During this video I'll be talking about a few pros, cons, and just overall thoughts about the film, and whether you guys should see this in theaters or if you should wait. Right now on Rotten Tomatoes, Brightburn is sitting at a 63% for critics and an 85% for the audience. Now, during this video I don't want to get all film criticky with you guys. I want to talk to you guys in a fan perspective, because that's one thing I want to do with this channel. I don't want to pretend like I'm somebody that I'm not. And what I'm not is a film critic. I'm just a fan of movies. So with that being said, let's hop into the pros. So the first thing that I liked about this movie was the kid. Jackson A. Dunn is a freaking star. I absolutely love this kid in this movie. He did his thing. I honestly feel like Jackson carried this whole movie, and I could say that he was the strongest actor in the film. He was scary when he had to be scary, he was a kid when he had to be a kid, and I really can't complain about him at all in this film. I really like the idea behind this movie, and I don't think we ever seen any nuance like this in a horror genre ever, where you have a movie that's part Prodigy, part Omen, mixed in with a Superman story, and I thought this concept was pretty dope. Some of my favorite parts have to be when Brandon Breyer is unleashed, and this kid is a freaking savage. I mean, he's relentless and he doesn't care about anything, and during his rampage he made some really brutal kills. I mean, gore galore, and they were freaking amazing. Some of the most creative kills that I've seen on screen since Final Destination and Saw, and I just wish there were more kills in this movie. And my final pro about this film is that if they make a sequel, I would definitely check it out, and I think that it would be so much better than this film. Not saying that this film is horrible, but I honestly went into it thinking that we were going to have an already established Superman with a short origin story, not too long, but the origin story in this film took up the majority of the film, and by the time we got to what I wanted to see in the film, it was already ending. So that makes a good transition for me to get into the cons. And my first con about this movie is that the whole movie was in the trailer. I absolutely hate when movies do that. Why do they do that all the time? But I mean, if you've seen the trailer, you pretty much know everything that's going to happen in this movie. Another dislike that I have about this movie is that Brandon Breyer is not in this movie enough, and they replaced those parts with a lot of fluff dialogue between the parents, and the chemistry was off, the dialogue was horrible, and I didn't like their acting at all in this film. And they also had some really pointless parts when they showed the cops in the police station trying to figure out their crime, and I really didn't like those parts at all. Also, the first and second act are really uninteresting, and they just drag out the plot of Brandon slowly progressing into this evil version of Superman, and I feel like they could have taken care of that during Act 1 and have Act 2 and 3 just be Brandon wreaking havoc on the world. This film also didn't know whether they wanted it to be a horror movie, a comedy, or just a comic book movie, and it was so annoying. And there was some parts where I'm like, should I be laughing at this? The jump scares were mistimed. I mean, I feel like this could have been solved if they just thought it out more carefully. And my last con about this movie is that the best part of this movie was the freaking end credits. I mean, during the end credits, I don't even want to spoil it for you guys, but wow, that should have been the whole movie. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. And with that being said, this movie is definitely for anybody that loves comic book movies and that's a fan of horror. And whether you decide to watch this movie in theaters or wait to watch it at home, you should definitely check this movie out. Well, that's all my thoughts for this movie, and I hope this video helped you guys out. I would love to hear what your thoughts on this movie is, so please leave your comments in the comment box below, whether you like this movie or not. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button right now. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, I highly recommend you guys subscribing to the channel if you like content just like this. And with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.